Hello again, everyone. I'm former sports entertainment referee Jimmy Korderas here for Aftermath. And they say that if you truly enjoy your work, it isn't actual work. And today that is especially true because not only do I get to talk to a former WWE champion, I get to talk to my friend, Jinder Mahal. Jinder, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself? Look
Yeah,
great.
hey, man. Days like today when I get to reconnect with good friends, it's awesome. And
Your
we're
hair
here
looks
to
like it's
talk.
growing back.
It's an optical illusion. That's
Must be
definitely.
the angle.
Yeah, it must be the angle exactly. I got little secrets too that Big Show
You'll
and
have
I
to
talk
share.
about. Yeah,
Yeah, you'll have to share.
yeah, not on the air. We'll do that later. Okay. Well, the WWE is producing a special event called Superstar Spectacle, which will be airing in India on India's Republic Day, January 26th, and you're going to be a part of this. Can you give us a little hint on what we could expect and what the event's about without giving too much away?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the first time, we're making a special, presenting a special just for India on Republic Day, January 26th. And it's the return of the modern day Maharaja. I've unfortunately been away for quite some time, rehabbing a knee surgery, but I'm back 100%. And I can't think of a better event to come back for this. Um, it's going to be a little bit Indian flavor. You're going to see our Indian talent, mix it up with talent from Raw and SmackDown. So it's going to be very cool. And I believe it's the first of many yet to come, not only for India, but I would like to someday see events for, especially for countries like Mexico, Japan, China, Canada.
Ah,
Imagine how cool that would be.
yes.
So yeah, it's my return, and I believe they're still yet to make an announcement on when, but it's going to be shown there in Canada. We have a lot of Indian people, a lot of Punjabi people, especially me coming from Calgary. So I'm excited for my fans. They're also in Canada to be able to see the return.
Well, since you brought it up, I will mention that it has been said that it will air here in Canada Thursday, January 28th at 8 p.m. exclusively on Sportsnet 360. So we will get to see
There
it
you
here in
go.
Canada. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, the WWE fans will be familiar with, of course, yourself and the Bollywood Boys, Samir and Sunil, who will be appearing as well. But there's going to be some up and coming Indian born talent that will also be appearing. Who, in your mind, should the fans keep a close eye on and really, 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 you know, you think is going to maybe
Yeah, so
surprise you?
we have our first ever women superstar from India, Kavita Devi. We have two 7-footers, prodigies of the great Kali himself, Giant Zanjeer and Dilsher Shanky. We have a high flyer, Guru Raj, and we've seen small bits of this tag team in this share in NXT. They'll also be there. I think definitely those guys are future WWE tag team champions, whether Raw or SmackDown. Excited for those guys. Not only that, we're going to have Charlotte Flair, we're going to have Rey Mysterio, we're going to have WWE champion Drew McIntyre, my former championship, and also my one of my best friends. So there's a little conflict of interest there. Uh,
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know.
it sounds like it's going to be exciting and looking forward to some fresh new talent. Not that we don't want to see you guys as well, but this is interesting. This is going to be cool. And like you said earlier, this is going to be your first match in about 8 months. You said you're excited for it. Can you put into words how excited and how it feels to get back in there and get down and dirty?
Yeah, I mean, every day at rehab for the last 8 months, Monday to Friday, 3 hours a day, grueling rehab. The only thing that I can think of is making that comeback. And that's what inspires me. That's what drives me every day. And I believe I'm going to bring the best version of myself. I've been working with a new coach. I'm in incredible shape, probably the best shape I've ever been in. So you guys are going to have to look out for that. Yeah, like, this is just a special opportunity, a special event. And I'm very excited that it's going to be aired in Canada because we do have a large Indian population there. But not only that, like WWE, I believe is a universal language. You can put a WWE show on mute and still understand what's going on. The storylines, everything is told in the ring. That's what makes WWE special, and I think that's what makes this a global phenomenon. We travel to all these countries, and I'm surprised. We go to a country, and as soon as we get to the airport, I mean, I'm sure you've been on several WWE tours. You go to the airport, and the airport is just packed with fans. And that's awesome. That just goes to show you the gravity of WWE on a global stage, just a global phenomenon, over 80 countries, so many languages and everything. And it's only growing, it's only getting bigger. And I'm excited, the future is looking very bright.
Yeah, it is amazing. Like you said, I have witnessed that in person, and it's an amazing sight if people have never even experienced this. Now, going back, I want to go back a little bit because I mentioned earlier you're a former WWE champion, and hopefully, once again, I'm sure your aspirations are to become a WWE champion again. But you defeated Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, to become the 50th recognized WWE champion and the first WWE champion of Indian descent. What does this mean to you to hold that distinction?
Yeah, it's just holding the WWE championship itself is an honor. I grew up watching Bret Hart, in Calgary. Was my idol. I remember I seen Bret Hart in 1997 at the Calgary Stampede, and I seen him from like 200 feet away, him and the Hart Foundation. And how cool is it that 20 years later, I was WWE champion. So, I mean, just that fact alone blows my mind. Like having Bret in my phone, like I can text him anytime, is just spectacular. So not only representing Canada, but also representing India. I got to take the WWE championship to India. And that was the first time ever an Indian champion has brought the Indian championship to India. I had the match against Triple H. That was awesome. That was probably one of the biggest matches that's ever happened in India. Just incredible. Just seeing the passion that our WWE universe in India has. They're one of our largest viewerships from YouTube to television ratings. WWE is so big there. Everybody watches WWE. And so giving them this special is awesome, and representing both cultures, like I said, India and Canada, is awesome. It's truly an honor, and that's what drives me. That's what motivates me every day to continue to work hard and keep achieving more.
Yeah, you mentioned the Calgary Stampede. I was there for that, and what an amazing! People who weren't there can't imagine how loud that building was that night. It was incredible. And you mentioned growing up in Calgary, and you mentioned Bret Hart, but want to mention someone that may have been an inspiration to you. Your uncle, the great Gama,
Gama Singh.
Gama Singh, who is. Was he an inspiration to you to become a WWE superstar? Was it somebody else? Was it a combination of many people?
Yeah, definitely Gama. Obviously, because I didn't think it was possible to become a professional wrestler, and then obviously having him to go to for any advice, training me. Jerry Morrow, Bad News Allen, Bad News Brown, trained me. Just a lot of the Calgary talent. Phil LaFawn, you might be familiar with, or some of our WWE fans might be familiar with. Even Phil LaFawn would come around, and just Calgary is just such a hotbed. Lance Storm is from Calgary. He's still there. You just and then you have the Hart family, obviously. And then my generation, when I was wrestling for Stampede Wrestling, for Bruce Hart, it was Natty, Neidhart, T.J. Wilson, Tyson Kidd, Harry Smith, Ted Hart. It was just awesome. It was just an awesome time to come up, and I learned so much in that time. And yeah, it's just Calgary is just such a rich history, and I'm very proud that I kind of broke the drought. For 20 years there was no WWE champion. Bret Hart 97, Jinder Mahal 20 years later. So we ended the 20-year drought.
That is awesome. And you mentioned being champion and being how do you feel about being a hero and a role model to young people, maybe in Canada or in India, who dream of joining the WWE? How does that feel to hold that responsibility on you?
Yeah, it's an awesome responsibility, but again, it's a responsibility. It's a huge responsibility. So everything that I do, I know that I'm not just representing myself. I'm representing, our Indian culture. I'm representing Canada, and being a role model. I got to do everything very carefully. I want to be a positive role model. I want to be a positive influence. I want to leave a positive impact. I want to inspire others. I want to have a legacy. I want to build a career that in the future I look back and I can be very proud on everything that I do inside and outside of the ring. So it's one of those things where it's 24 hours a day. Like everything that I do in my day is geared towards being the best role model, the best representative of WWE. Again, once you're a WWE champion, you're in the history books. I'll forever be known as a WWE champion. So I want to represent that legacy. So many superstars from Bruno Sammartino, Bret Hart, The Rock, Stone Cold, everybody, the who's who have held that championship. So to be amongst that list of superstars is an honor.
It certainly is. And as you mentioned before, India has been such an important market for the WWE, given the rabid fan base. Do you see a potential for possibly an NXT India in the future? Something along those lines? Kind of like they
Yeah,
have in
definitely.
the UK?
I know everybody has heard the rumors. I definitely think so. I think the future is headed that way. We have NXT UK, so I believe someday we're going to have NXT India, NXT Mexico, NXT China. There's going to be several NXTs all over the world, just producing talent and producing local television in all those countries and all those markets. Just the appetite for WWE is so huge. And like, as I mentioned before, WWE is a family show. So, kids can watch it with their parents and their grandparents, and it's universal. It's awesome just seeing Raw and SmackDown, even especially during this pandemic time with the Thunderdome. WWE is constantly pushing the envelope, constantly revolutionizing, sports entertainment, and nobody does it bigger and better than WWE. And I'm excited to see the setup that they're going to have at Superstar Spectacle. It's going to be something special. It's going to be something different. WWE always just makes magic happen.
No, I hear you, and I can't wait for it myself. Like we said, in India, it's going to take place on January 26th, but here in Canada, you can watch it on Sportsnet 360 on Thursday, January 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Let's make sure we say that. But before I let you go, I got to ask you, as we mentioned, and as you brought up, you grew up in Calgary. Does that inherently make you a Calgary Flames fan? If so, what do you think of the team? And if not, is there another team you're a fan of?
Yeah, so growing up, I was a huge fan. Like Theo Fleury was my idol. And then that Stanley Cup run that they had in '04. Fortunately, losing to Tampa Bay, which is now my city. Ironically, I live in Tampa right now. So I kind of fell out of the hockey. I got bit by the wrestling bug later on in my life. Growing up, I wanted to be a hockey player. I used to see like Sandy McCarthy. He was the big bruiser. I wanted to grow up to be like Sandy McCarthy or someone like Theoren Fleury. And then Aginla played great for so many years with Kippersoff and net. I mean, that was magic. I watch hockey here and there. I'll go to 1 or 2 games a season here in Tampa, but I definitely got to get back into it. Hockey is great action.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, Jinder, like I said, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for joining us. And for those of you out there, remember, January 26th in India, you'll be able to watch Superstar Spectacle. Here in Canada, you'll be able to see it on Thursday, January 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Sportsnet 360. And I can't thank you enough. And it's so good to see you, my friend. Please take care, and I can't wait to see you back in the ring.
Yeah, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. And everybody tune in January 28th on Sportsnet 360 to see this amazing special and see the hashtag Return of the Maharaja.
Get it out there. Thanks again, Jinder. Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.